the door. Rents a queen bee sting, leaving us begging for more. Where's the compassion? Building nothing but drag race walls. Prices sky high, catwalking empty halls. Evictions like a bad breakup, slapping us raw. While apples in my land, shopping for more. Tax-free drugs. Oh, apples a dancer, rhythm of the rainbow, leaving us in the ditch. Such a prancer, pissing up the sky while the poor stitch the stitch. Apples a dancer, dancing on our pain. Feel the glitter rain, dancing on our pain. Work it out. Mass immigration's calling, folks flee the fight in fabulous flight. Understand no hunger for a bedazzled, safer night. They cross the waves, chasing hope in the sequin sun. But our roofs are crumbling, honey. Where's the room for everyone? Crowded streets, queues for a tuck and take. Government's blind, just serving shade on a plate. It's human to run from the bombs and the chains, but apples off lips sinking in Berlin. Tax-free gains, darling. Burkers bumping into board shorts on the beach parade. Cultural clash like a bad remix, all bulls just shade. Our souls are shattered, futures fading to fabulous gray. Anger's rising like a diva storm on the bay. Where's the fix? Not in his holiday thirst traps, just more contour and concealer, filling the gaps. Housing wait lists longer than a RuPaul queue, while he's poolside in Bali sipping Mai Tais. Boo. Apple's a dancer, broke us in the breeze, but he don't see the tears through his lashes. Such a prancer, women's whispers lost in the immigrant lashes. I was a dancer, stepping light on the grave, heels click clack brave. Oh, who's he saving? So shade of pain away. Now the crisis is camping, tents in the parks like a glam fail. Young Ponzi dreaming of keys, but it's all retail. Immigrants packing dreams in suitcases so tight. Understand the escape, but damn it, to squeeze in the night. Almost dancing the cha-cha with world leaders so glam, and dabbers with diamonds while we're eating spam. Such gayness in Geneva, he's the belle of the ball, but back in the burbs, it's a free-for-all brawl. Pissing up the funds like a fabulous fountain show. Tax dollars twirling, where does the rainbow go? He's prancing through Paris, Eiffel Tower back flare, while mortgages murder us. Fair's fair, beware. What's the fashion? Oh, I see burgers everywhere. Veils of velvet silence hide in the stare. Women's lives in despair, right slipping like a slip tuck, while elbows boogieing in the beat. The sling back, stiletto luck, understand the flow. Borders bend for the lost and the fears, but compassion's a punchline when the cost is our purse. He jets to the G, Kenny, caviar, and the view from the penthouse suite. We foot the bill, work it, that's a taxpayer beat. Oh, the shade he throws it sharper than a stiletto heel, but our anger's building, honey, keep it real. From Sydney to Perth, the chant is getting loud. Elbow, drop the dance, join the desperate crowd.
G'day Rockstars. How's it going, guys? I'm happy to be back from my holiday. I wonder how Victoria is going. Okay, Rockstars. And Jacinta Ellen's machete bins are a success, guys, because they're now using machine guns.
That rapid fire delivered around 20 bullets into a home in Broadmeadows just before 1 this morning. Their car pulled up, the gunman jumped out and tried to fire, but nothing happened. He tried again. His accomplice in the front passenger seat had better luck, but the main offender was still struggling with what's believed to be a machine gun. He failed 5 times to fire at the house. It took him almost a minute until he finally succeeded. The same offenders then headed to another house 2 suburbs away in Hadfield, believed to be part of the same family, and shot around 15 bullets into the front of it. Police now hunting for the gunman. They are yet to make any arrests. Full details, 7 News at 6.
Victoria is broke. We are the highest tax state in this country. We've got potholes everywhere. The police are underfunded. The hospitals are underfunded. You should really check out what's going on with NDIS because they're struggling.
A hospital funding battle between the state and federal governments is heating up this morning as Australia's premiers pen a rare joint letter to the Prime Minister. The document demands Anthony Albanese make good on his funding promise to put a stop to thousands of vulnerable patients left stranded in hospital beds. Up until now, the PM has insisted $20 billion extra is already going towards healthcare facilities across the country.
Look, if someone can't do their jobs properly, we sack them, right? We don't reward them with more money.
Okay, next please. Go on, Stanley.
I got a $100 check from my grandma, and my dad said I need to put it in the bank so it can grow over the years.
Suburban railway that yes, we have, and there will be additional funding in the budget next year for suburban railway.
Well, that's fantastic. A really smart decision, young man.
On top of the $9.2 billion we've already submitted.
We can put that check in a money market mutual fund.
2.2 for the early works.
Then we'll reinvest the earnings into foreign currency accounts.
$5 billion for the airport rail link.
With compounding interest.
$2 billion for the upgrade around Sunshine Station.
And it's gone.
What?
My government partners with Victoria.
It's gone. It's all gone.
What's all gone?
The money in your account. It didn't do too well. It's gone.
My government knows where Victoria is.
What do you mean? I have $100.
Not anymore, you don't. Poof.
Yes, we have, and there will be additional funding in the budget next year for suburban rail loop. On top of the $9.2 billion we've already submitted, 2.2 for the early works on the eastern section, $2 billion for the upgrade around Sunshine Station, and $5 billion for the airport rail link. In addition to that $9.2 billion, there will be further investment. My government partners with Victoria.
And it's gone. This line is for people who have money with the bank only. Please step aside.
Victoria doesn't need more labour taxes. It needs less tax, more jobs and real opportunity. That is the choice ahead. Victoria has now recorded the highest unemployment rate in the nation for 18 months. 188,000 Victorians out of work and underemployment at 6.5%, well above the national average. Behind these numbers are young people ignored after dozens of job applications, parents stuck in gig work for lack of full-time jobs, and small business owners watching their livelihoods crushed by taxes and red tape. It includes more than 2,000 taxpayer-funded nursing and midwifery graduates who were promised jobs but are now have nowhere to go, told by a broke government that there are no positions they can afford to pay for. At the same time, 4,242 Victorian businesses collapsed in a single year, a 48% increase on last year. And Speaker, is it any wonder? Labor's introduced 63 new or increased taxes, making Victoria the highest tax state in Australia. Small businesses are being squeezed to the brink. Labor's model is simple: tax more, spend more and rue the consequences.
It doesn't matter how much taxes we pay, Rockstars. This is by design, managed decline. And we can see it. You just need to look around the world and judge for yourselves.
If I could do it, then work on you. Get up and make it work.
Yo, if I could do it, then whack on you. Get up and make it work. Ain't no way that I'm sitting around. It's now or never, I'm picking it first.
And I got some interesting news, Rockstars. Apparently, a very dangerous man is getting deported along with his family to South Africa, and he's white. Yeah, talk about your death sentence there. For simply protesting. Look, I don't like innocent. Alright, I don't. But, dude, it's going way too far. They are trying to roll us up Someone is shaking the ant jar, Rockstars. You have Antifa, you have NSN, you have us in the middle getting caught up, and we're all fighting amongst each other, and we're not fucking looking up and seeing the problem for what it is.
Okay, never mind the criminals, guys. Australia is now deporting people simply for having the wrong political opinions. After attending a legally authorised protest in front of Sydney's Parliament House, where leaders of the National Socialist Network gave a speech condemning Jewish power in Australia, Matthew Gruter, alongside his wife and his newborn baby, had their house raided at 4 a.m. and are now facing deportations as Tony Burke has decided to revoke their visas over him simply attending this protest. This decision can't be challenged, it can't be appealed, because Tony Burke literally used his ministerial powers to make this happen himself. This comes after left-wing media outlets partnered up with literal communist activist groups, the most notorious being the White Rose Society, to dox everyone at that protest, including Matthew himself. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Anyway, now just to clarify, Matthew himself didn't give a speech, he didn't say anything offensive, but simply him being there has warranted them deporting his entire family, which is bizarre because in Australia, you actually have the right to protest regardless of your visa status. That's why we saw those Indians recently protesting for no borders, no nations, no deportations.
No borders, no nation, no deportation, free refugees.
But no, because Tony Burke, right, the same guy who welcomed those ISIS brides we recently heard about, he's the one who made the decision that, no, this white guy, he's got to go because he's standing in a crowd. But really, how bizarre is this? Because just this week alone, we've seen African migrants attack innocent civilians just to get free trips to theme parks. We saw an Afghani migrant assault an underage girl just to be let off again. You know, they tried to revoke his visa, but someone made the decision, oh no, keep him around. And you know, how long have we been seeing all these pro-Palestine protests where they literally wave jihadist flags around? That's not grounds for deportations, but this guy just standing there is. So what does that tell us? It tells us if the government want to fix these problems, the very ones they created by importing this many foreigners into our country against our will, they could fix these problems in a heartbeat. All these criminals could be gone tomorrow. All these extremists gone tomorrow. The crime spree in Melbourne, over. But no, instead of focusing on what would actually fix this country, the government decides to focus on a couple of dozen guys legally protesting within their rights. Now, some of you might respond to this saying, oh, well, it's an extremist ideology, it's a hateful ideology, they shouldn't have the right. Well, we live in a democracy, so they actually do have the right. And before you guys go crazy in my comment section, remember that in 1951, Australia held a referendum to try and ban communists from promoting or advocating their ideology in this country, and that referendum failed because we valued freedom of speech and the right to politically debate our ideas. So if an ideology that killed 100 million plus is allowed to be debated and discussed in this country, why is it any different from National Socialism? Because whether you agree or disagree with this organization, it's pretty clear that they are exposing just how corrupt and two-tiered our government and judicial system is. The state is forcing us to accept this multicultural experiment, and if we dare speak up, they will literally come and knock on your door at 4 a.m. in the morning. What do you think all these new hate speech laws are for after all? Anyway, I hope justice is brought to light for Matthew and his family. If you'd like to support him, they've set up a GoFundMe here. What a joke.
So yeah, it's a perfect little story, Rockstars. Remove a family that's settled here and put them in a dangerous situation like in South Africa and being white.
There's a climate in South Africa in which violence is romanticized actively, even up to the state president. And it's romanticized and it's encouraged.
The white minority which took our land by force. You must say enough is enough. We are taking the future into our own hands. Shoot to kill, shoot to kill, Yamasa, kiss poor, the farmer. White man, all of you must die.
The taking of land from the indigenous people of this country was the original sin.
And then you got these illegal migrants doing whatever the fuck they want. It's all designed to roll us up. Don't buy into it, Rockstars. The news lies for a reason. It's all to keep us divided. So don't buy into it. Stay united. That's how you win, guys.
Peekaboo! Oh gee, another day, another taxpayer-funded holiday. I don't even know what country I'm in. Not that it really matters. I'm living like a celebrity. while all the average Australians back home are sleeping in their car and eating cornflakes for dinner. G'day, Wikisha. You've got a lovely little suntan, haven't you? Are you from the Wurundjeri clan? Oh, white person, what are you doing here? I thought all the savages killed all the white people. Oh, look at these lovelies. I haven't seen asses this big since I had a meeting with Casey Gallagher and Brittany Piggins. Steady on there, Dan Keisha. You might take somebody's eyes out with those things. I've just about had enough of this Wakanda shit. Maybe if I just stand here and smile and clap and look stupid, they won't hack me to death with a machete. I've just popped into this G20 summit to tell all these savages that Africa's going to sink if they don't support Chris Bowen and net zero. I'm also here to tell these violent Wakandans to stop killing white farmers and hacking them up with machetes. For the love of God, stop hacking to death white Christians, and while you're at it, stop sending over your criminal kids that come over to Victoria and hack the shit out of everybody. After all, South Africa has only got a civilization and an economy because of white people. Just look at Rhodesia. That was paradise on earth until you Wakanda pricks fucked it up. But anyway, I'm only in this shithole to spread lies and misinformation about net zero and climate change, and to have a few free meals, and to do what I do best, and that's to clean out the minibar.
Death of people. Death.
Oh, Mike, don't say that.
Now, the only reason these savages haven't hacked me to death so far is that I told them that I was Linda Burney's uncle.
No. Peter Dutton.